I'm sure you have all heard of Occam's razor. It is a principle urging one to select among competing hypotheses, that one makes the fewest assumptions and thereby offers the simplest explanation of the effect. Nearly all cosmologists today suggest that our universe is not only expanding, but that this expansion to be accelerating. It seems to be
collapsing.
This acceleration requires an energy density that acts in opposition to gravity, and this force has been called dark energy. Dark energy.
Black hole.
Dark. This energy density has not been directly detected observationally. In fact, these same cosmologists now tell us that dark matter and dark
energy
comprise 95% of the universe. 95% of the universe. That's a big chunk of stuff to pull out of anybody's hat. Imagine only 5% of the universe is composed of hadrons, the stuff that we can feel, see, and measure.
Even if that's true, it's not true that that's the only thing that's there. There's more there.
Rather than invert 95% of the universe, might not a simpler explanation be available?
Yes, but nobody will listen to it. The universe is collapsing. And one of them is that the universe is collapsing.
First.
Shut up.
This acceleration was not recognized until a dozen or so years.
It was already too late a dozen years ago.
A dozen or so years ago.
I don't understand why you asked me if I'm comfortable. You know, I've never done this before. Yeah, great. I needed it. I've been taking care of myself, not bothering anybody else. And just because I believe something that none of the rest of you believe, and at least I'm firm in my convictions, just because that, I'm crazy. I mean, what is this? Is this like, you know, the Pilgrims, the Salem witch trials? You know, the witch trials when they burned people at the stake for believing something different? Is this school a Christian school? No. This is a clinic in a medical school. I'm not stupid. I keep telling you that. I'm not stupid. This is a clinic in a Methodist school. I'm asking you a simple question. Is this a religious school? Are you going to try to convert me? Because there isn't even any reason for us to talk if you're going to try to convert me. I believe in evolution. I believe in the Big Bang. I believe all of the science, the good science, hopefully not any bad science, but I believe in all the science about the universe. The earth was not created in 6 days and is older than 6,000 years. So just don't try to give me any crap to try to make me believe something else. I don't need you to save me. I don't need you to fix me. I need to get out of here. And as long as I'm here, no, I'm not going to be comfortable, okay? Well, you know everything about me. Obviously, if you have it written down, if somebody like you or some doctor or some nurse, they're all busybodies in my opinion. Well, all of you are busybodies, but especially nurses. Talk to a lot of those. Oh, God. But anyway, it must be true because it's written down there. So whatever you say, okay, can we get on to the next step? Because every step gets me closer to getting out of here, right? Right? So stupid. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. This whole process is stupid. I didn't say you were stupid, but if you believe that this process is the best process for everybody, if you believe that what's written down, everything that's written down in those medical records, if you believe all that stuff is true, then maybe you are stupid. You know? Maybe I bet you're a psychiatrist, right? What does that mean that you were like, you must have been in school for like almost 10 years. You wasted your parents, whoever paid for your education. Well, if you still owe money on it, don't make any payments because you were robbed, my friend. Oh, you can say, Vanessa, I'm your friend, but I can't say you were robbed, my friend. What do you mean, why am I so angry? We have to work on your anger. who are you to work on my what now? What, you're gonna give me a lobotomy? Because that's what they do, right? When they give you a lobotomy, they take out this part in here or something, everything that's thinking and feeling and having any kind of personality, they just go in there and fix it. Is that what happens? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Because you can write down whatever you want in those records. So I might as well tell you what I really think. I'm telling you the truth. You're holding stuff back. I know you're holding stuff back. I'm older than you, for one thing, and I know when people are full of crap. You can possibly know as much about full of crap as I know. Fine, fine. Because all I want to do is get out of here. Sure, I mean, you're you're the one who decides whether we talk. Oh yeah, I have a choice. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be in here, would I? So whatever you want. Yeah, I wake up early. 10 o'clock is fine. It's fine. Okay? It's fine. Fine. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Goodbye.
The stability of this value allows these explosions to measure the distance to their host galaxies. This type 1A supernova is a subcategory of the Minkowski-Zwicky supernova classification. Sounds pretty straightforward, right?
So I'm supposed to talk to you. I'm supposed to talk to you like you're a person. I guess they want me to talk to you because I have so much difficulty talking to real people. It's not that I have difficulty talking to real people. I just don't want to. I mean, why should I? There's nothing in it for me. They tell me that the way I feel about stuff and the way that I want to be by myself all the time and the way that I spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours reading about outer space and stuff like that. They tell me it's not normal. and that I'm not helping myself, and that it's obsessive, and one of them even said that I'm addicted. I guess like people get addicted to TV. I'm addicted to the library. I'm addicted to standing in the stacks at the library reading books about the universe. I guess they think that, because I'm just this person who is on disability because, what do they call it? Difficulty adapting to adult life or something? I don't know. That was the first diagnosis. I haven't paid any attention since 1980. That's what they told me in 1980, that I had difficulty adjusting to adult life, and I've been on SSI ever since. I used to have a job. I was a legal secretary. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you do that because it's like you're different people at different times, and whatever person you're going to be next is in front of you, and you it's like you follow yourself like you're in a queue. And I was a really fast typist in high school. In fact, that was the only thing that I could do very well. I barely passed English. I don't know why, because I read all the time. I read a lot more than any of those other kids. I did okay in math, but, they said I was unmotivated and that I was not very good at focusing, and I think that they thought that meant that I wasn't very smart, and so they pushed me into, I don't know, what do they call it, secretary prep? Is that what they would call it, secretary prep? They didn't have administrative assistants in those days, I mean, not where I was from anyway. They didn't. And they just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And I had this teacher who, I don't know, I guess she liked me. Mostly, I would help her organize stuff, file stuff, whatever after class. And she would complain to me about her husband and her kids, and I guess she thought we were friends. I mean, it seems to me, I was 17 years old, and the word that everybody likes to throw around, it was inappropriate. It was definitely inappropriate. Besides, what good was it going to do? I mean, what do I know? I still don't know anything about having a husband and kids. What, are you kidding me? What, are you kidding me? It's like I can, that wasn't on the queue for me. So anyway, I followed my queue to business school. I can barely remember what that I mean, when I think about that time, my 20s and even into my early 30s, it's just like cotton was stuffed in my brain, every time I went further on the queue, I was in another cotton brain body. And I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything good. I don't remember anything bad, except maybe I had this boss with really bad teeth and bad breath, and he chewed gum all the time. I don't know. I suppose it was because he knew he had bad breath, but I doubt seriously it was helping his teeth because, ugh. Anyway, it was gross. It was gross. They were kind of green and mossy looking. I think he probably had some sort of fungus in his mouth. Sorry, you're only a camera. You can't get grossed out anyway. So, that's the only really bad thing I can remember, except that all the other secretaries always hated me. They wouldn't talk to me. They talked about me. And I don't know, there was so much cotton in my head at the time. I mean, I don't even know what they were saying about me. And
I mean, you know, it was like so nothing. It was such a nothing life that I can't even remember being bored, and I'm sure I was. I'm sure I was, because the next thing I knew, I was like 35, 36, and every chance I got, I was in the library. I was always in the library. And I don't know, maybe I saw Cosmos, or I don't know, maybe even Star Wars or something. I don't know. I was reading all these books about like outer space and the universe. I learned some stuff about physics. I learned about, you know, molecules, you know, neutrons, protons, electrons, all that stuff. I mean, I just really liked it. I mean, that's where I was on my lunch hour. That's where I was after work. I would go to bookstores before work, and so 10 hours a day, I guess, I was reading about outer space, and pretty soon I just wasn't interested in anything else, because it's like the universe was so big, and it, the more I read, the more I learned, the more big it seemed, and the more insignificant everything else was. And they said, I don't know, they found me in the library one day, and I was like all scrunched up in a fetal position, and it's like I couldn't move, and I guess I was sort of catatonic or something, and they put me in a hospital, and it kept happening. After I got better the first time, it kept happening, and each time it was worse. And that's when they said I had difficulty adjusting to adult life. And I know it was kind of a stupid idea to put me on SSI if they didn't want me reading about science, because after all, that's all I did. Library opens, I'm there. Library closes, they have to kick me out, and I'm always in the same place. I've read through some of those shelves 5 times. Okay, that's all. I can't talk to a camera anymore. This is stupid.
Is being produced billions and billions of years later, when the first supernovas fused them while exploding. Exploding. So when we look far back in time, we are actually observing virgin supernovas, virgin, composed almost entirely of hydrogen. How
The thing is like, like that. What do you mean you don't understand? It's like, you know, a balloon. You go, and it's full. It's not nothing anymore. So the opposite of nothing is do you see? Well, I don't know what you mean. What do I mean by nothing? There you have the collapsing of the universe into itself. Collapsing. Collapsing. And what happened when I went, there was nothing. It was all gone. All the air, everything was gone. So, unless you get away from this thing that's collapsing, you're going to be like, two. You're going to be gone. Gone, 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 gone. You're going to be nothing. Nothing. Do you understand? Zero? Do you understand? Now you see it. Now you don't? Do you understand? When I close my eyes, there's nothing there. And if you close your eyes, you see? Nothing. All gone. All gone. All gone. All gone. All gone. Okay? Okay? Do you get it yet? Do you get it? Do you get what I mean by nothing? Nothing! Well, I don't know what you mean. What do I mean by nothing? I mean, nothing means what it is. It's nothing, okay? It's nothing. What do you mean by nothing? What do you mean by nothing? What kind of stupid question is that anyway? What do you mean by nothing? What do you mean by nothing? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by nothing, Vanessa? What do you mean by nothing, Vanessa? What do you mean by nothing, Vanessa? Nothing. Nothing. I don't mean anything. You know, if you say you don't mean anything, it's the same thing as saying, I mean nothing. Nothing by that. I mean nothing by nothing. Nothing by nothing, nothing by nothing, nothing by nothing. Luminosity, and therefore not reliable indication of an accelerating expansion of the universe.
Brick. One brick on top of another brick.
How did you
On
find me?
top of another brick. On top
Did
of another
you
brick.
know about this place
top
because
of
you
another
followed
brick.
me before?
On top of another
Nobody
brick.
knows I know
On
about
top of
this
another
place.
brick. On
Nobody
top
I
of
talk
another
to.
brick.
And I talk
On
to you
top of
more
another
than
brick.
I talk to
On
anybody.
top of another brick.
So you wouldn't know about this place unless you'd been spying on me, unless you'd been following me,
Brick.
unless what did I leave a trail like a snail,
Broken.
a Vanessa
Brick.
snail trail, a Vanessa slimy
Brick.
snail trail. Oh, shut up.
Broken.
You don't have to say anything.
Brick.
Just the look on your face says a lot. Just shut the fuck up. Okay?
All the bricks.
I can see the next word forming on your mouth. Trust.
Brick.
Trust me. Trust me, Vanessa. You have to trust
Brick.
me. Yeah,
Brick.
yeah.
Brick.
Yeah, I'd be some kind of genius if I trusted you.
Broken. Brick. Broken.
So, I guess now you think, yes, I'm still
All the
taking the stupid
bricks.
fucking medication. And I suppose you think because
All the
I'm
bricks
quiet and I'm
broke
not
in the
all
earthquake.
twitchy, you think I'm fine. What you think is
Broken.
fine, what they back there think is
Broken.
fine.
Broken.
Cooperative,
Brick.
good outlook, or positive
Brick.
outlook. Is that it? Positive
One
outlook.
brick
Is that how you write it
top
on
of
the
another
chart?
Brick. On top of another brick.
Cooperative.
On top of another brick.
That means
on top
lets
of
herself
another
be
brick.
told what to
On
do.
top of another brick.
Pulled
on
around
top
by
of
the
another
nose.
On top of another brick.
Doesn't get
top
mad
of
if
another
you
brick.
treat her like a
On top
puppy.
of another brick. 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 Brick.
So what are we gonna do?
Unbroken
Is
brick.
this what they call a standoff?
Unbroken brick. Unbroken brick. Unbroken brick.
I've only been gone
Brick.
for about 10 hours.
Brick.
I needed time to think.
All the bricks
Obviously,
broke in the
I have to revise my plan.
brick.
Locking me up just put me off schedule. It hasn't changed my mind. Not even this medication. This medication that makes you feel like somebody put a
Brick.
vice grip on your ability to think and to feel.
Broken.
Not
Brick.
even that is making me go
Broken.
or think in another
All
direction.
the bricks.
Not even that is making me believe that I'm wrong or
All
I'm
the
crazy
bricks broke.
or
in the
even that it's
earthquake.
bad science. God, I'm still laughing. That's the only thing that
Broken.
makes me laugh is you told me
Broken.
that thinking that the universe was collapsing and that I could
Broken.
escape that by
Broken.
jumping into a black hole. You told me it was bad science? What did you read? One book? Like one of those stupid children's
on
books
top of another brick. On top of
in
another
the
brick.
so-called
On
library
top of another
at the
brick.
institution.
On top of another brick. On top
Oh,
of another
right.
brick.
The
on
common
top
room.
Of another brick. On
The
top of
so-called
another
library
brick. On
in
top of
the
another
common
brick.
room
On top of
where
another
all the
brick.
people who are cooperative
Brick.
and have positive outlooks
Brick.
and don't fight taking their
Unbroken
medication
Unbroken
and don't mind if
brick.
you treat them like a puppy
Unbroken brick.
and who follow each other
Unbroken.
around like sheep.
Brick. Brick.
The
Brick.
common room is common.
broken,
is
brick.
commonly known as
broken.
the place where you get
All
to go
the bricks,
if you refrain from acting out,
all the
if
bricks
you don't
broke
complain because
in the
they won't let you have real sugar in your coffee, if you complain because the coffee is
Broken.
decaffeinated, if you complain
Broken.
because not only
broken
is it not real sugar in it,
brick.
not only is it decaffeinated, it's not even a whole cup and you can't have any more.
Brick. One brick
Somebody
on
brings
top
you
of
a
another
tray
brick, on top of another
with
brick,
very
on top of another
carefully
brick,
measured
on top of
crap
another
on it,
brick, on top of
and
another
they set
brick,
it down in
on top
front
of
of you,
another
just
brick,
like they would
on top of another brick, on top of another
puppy.
brick, on top
Woof,
of
woof.
another brick. 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 Brick.
So we very well could be
Unbroken
here
brick.
for another 10 hours because
Unbroken brick. Unbroken brick.
I mean, I can't believe they
Unbroken.
sent you. Why didn't they just send a couple of big guys
Brick.
with a net? Isn't
Brick.
that the way you catch a puppy
Brick.
that's run away and misbehaved and is
All
unmanageable?
the
You
bricks
send a couple of
broke
animal
in the
controllers?
earthquake.
Isn't that what you do?
Brick.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Just that another problem created by the accelerating universe concerns the inflationary theory. According to this theory, within a tiny fraction of a second after the Big Bang, the universe experienced an incredibly
No. I don't like being on this earth. I don't like being on this earth. I don't like being on this earth. Finished. That's it. Do you hear me? I don't like being on this earth. It sucks. Even if it wasn't for gravity, it would suck. It sucks. 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 Stop looking at me. 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 Okay. I'll tell you why. For one thing, it's because people like you won't stop looking at me. No, don't say people like me don't like people like you, like looking at people like me. There is nobody else like me. There's just me. There's just me. There's just me. There's just me. I'm not like anybody else. I'm only myself. I'm only myself. Do you hear me? I'm only myself. So stop saying other people like you. Other people like you. Other people like you.
people like you. There isn't anybody else like me. Do you understand? There isn't anybody else like me.
You're not getting this, are you? You really are not getting this, are you? Okay, so you have me trapped. Okay? You have me trapped. I'm in your space, or one of your spaces, because you might as well be everybody. Everybody! Do you understand that? You might as well be everybody. And I'm stuck in this world, on this planet, held down by this gravity. This gravity by all of you, by all of you, by all of you, by all of you. You're the ones. You're whatever it is that makes you the way you are. You're gravity. All of you are gravity. And all of you are holding me down. 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 Do you understand? Do you understand yet? Do you understand? I think there was a time when I was by myself. Listen, I don't know whether I had a planet by myself or whether I was maybe even more than one person. How do I know? How do I know? How do I know? This is an infinite universe. Maybe I was even more than one person. But whatever it was, I was the only one. I was the only one that mattered. I was the only one that had thought. I was the only one that had the feelings inside this head, inside this body. Even if it was more than one body. Even if I was the mastermind of all the other bodies. There was just me. Me, 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 me. Yes, you're right. I do want a planet all to myself. I want a planet where all of the rest of you are not here. I want a planet where I'm by myself, by myself, by myself, by myself, by myself, by myself, by myself. Do you understand me? I don't want the rest of you here. No, I don't want it. You just ruin everything. Everything, everything, everything. I'm the only one who knows how just to be here. Just to be here. You don't understand what I'm saying, do you? Just listen. Listen. Did you hear that? It was beautiful. It was quiet. It was beautiful, peaceful, quiet. Then all of you came along, didn't you? All of you had to ruin everything, didn't you? You and you and you and you and you and you and you, especially you! Especially
especially you.
You just couldn't leave well enough alone, could you? You couldn't leave me alone. Alone, 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 alone. I want you to leave me alone. All this noise. Oh, there's all this noise. It's out here. Do you hear it? It's out here. It's out here and it's all coming here. It's all coming here. It's all coming here. It's all coming. And it won't stop coming here. Like some choking me. It's all coming like some horrible, horrible, horrible rain. Not water, not refreshing, not cleansing, but like some horrible rain that just soaks through everything, 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 everything.
Imagine that this extremely brief period of expansion did not completely stop. Did not completely stop. Instead, an expanding wave associated with this expansion continued to flow through time-space. Continued to flow through time-space. This expansion wave could explain why objects today appear to be farther away from us than they should be, according to the standard mode of cosmology. The standard mode. And
You didn't think I'd find it, did you? What would be the point of putting the person in the white room? Huh? If there wasn't a camera? I told you I had always been pretty good at math, right? Good at math and figuring out stuff I wanted to know, even though most people didn't think I was very smart. But I'm not stupid. Nope. Not el stupido. Me. Well, trying to figure out how to get you people to let me leave is making me a lot smarter. Because like I heard somebody say once, you have to understand how the enemy thinks. And you people are the enemy. You couldn't be more my enemies than if you were people who wanted to destroy the earth. Because you don't want me to save myself, or else you'd let me out of here. So you might as well just say, well, we want you to die. We want you to die. The rest of us don't believe that you're going to die, but you might as well stay here and die with the rest of us. And one of you even said, well, suppose you are the only human left, Vanessa. What are you going to do then if you're the only one left? So I've been thinking about that. Yeah. I've been thinking about it. So, assuming I even survived jumping through a black hole. See, you didn't even think I'd taken that into consideration, did you? No, I keep telling you, I'm not crazy. I've been kind of stupid most of my life, but mostly because I let other people think I was stupid, which I'm not, okay? I'm not stupid. So, assuming I survived diving through a black hole, I would either be floating out into nothing, or I would be floating and probably on some alien planet there are people who know what's going to happen on Earth, and maybe they care about extinction probably a lot more than humans care about extinction of other living beings. Most humans anyway don't care. But assuming that they cared about the extinction of our species, there probably would be rescue ships. I think there would be. And if they're smart enough to build rescue ships and send them out into outer space, then they probably know what the constitution of our planet is. You know, that we breathe oxygen. Hopefully they wouldn't get it backwards and think that the plants breathe oxygen and we breathe carbon dioxide. But most likely they would know the difference. And so I'm figuring they would have all these special chambers or a room or some kind of human, earth animal life friendly environment, and there I'd be. there I'd be. I'd be a refugee from a destroyed planet. Oh, not just a destroyed planet, but a whole universe that's just phew. And so they would just have this armada or flotilla. I guess if it's an armada, that's for war. Flotilla doesn't sound like war, but it's still like a bunch of ships or fleet, or I guess fleet can be neutral. But they would be there to rescue all the humans, and there probably wouldn't be any dogs or cats or lions, tigers or bears or elephants or I don't know, maybe some cockroaches and rats, but they could only be rescued accidentally because they can't think like we can. But who knows? I mean, I think that whales are probably smarter than people. And I think that dolphins and porpoises and all those small animals that are cetaceans, that are, related to whales, that they would benefit from the whale's intelligence, and probably they would be aware of what was happening because they're more in touch with their naturalness and with what's going on. They're more aware of their environment, and I think that they would sense. Plus, there's probably vibrations that humans aren't aware of, and that we're so unaware of them, we don't even have machines that have been designed to pick up these vibrations that probably cetaceans, at least whales, are aware of. And so the whales being aware of these vibrations would lead as many of the other cetaceans, the porpoises, the dolphins, etc., through my wormhole, the one I'm going to go through, or through maybe, if you're a marine animal, maybe there's some other way to get to the other side. I don't know. I mean, I don't see how they could do it without going through a black hole, but so I mean, I suppose it's possible that I could be the only human, and that, I don't know, I guess, I mean, not like I know that much. I'm not a scientist or anything, and scientists don't seem to be interested in what's happening. So not only would I be the only human, I would be the smartest human. I guess I'd also be the dumbest human, but all of us are dumb compared to the whales. I mean, there's just no question about it. And aliens who not only are smart enough to know that our universe is collapsing, but also beneficent. See, you probably didn't know I knew words like that. Beneficent. Well, that's because I read. Most people don't read. They may think they're pretty goddamn smart, but they don't read beyond what they already know. I'm always trying, ever since I was a kid, I've always tried to learn stuff beyond what I already knew. Anyway. So, what I know, maybe I could be a teacher. because I'm sure the whales know how to communicate with the humans. The humans just don't, I mean, we don't listen to each other. Why would we listen to anybody else on Earth that's as smart as us or smarter than us? Anyway, so I could teach what I knew to the whales, and I guess they, with the help of the aliens who rescued us, that they could, they could start a new Earth society. And I imagine that there's not the speciesist and the racist tendencies among the whales and the porpoises and the dolphins, and I think they're probably not prejudiced against each other like we're prejudiced against each other and other animals, like our ape relatives. We always put a distance, a psychological distance between them and us. And I mean, how do we know that orangutans, for example, don't have a higher intelligence quotient than humans? We don't know that. We don't know that because we never pay attention to anything but ourselves. It's our narcissism. It's our narcissism that's the reason why all of you are going to be here, and your molecules are going to implode with the rest of the universe. And if you weren't so goddamn narcissistic, you would believe what I'm saying, and you would at least let me leave, even if none of you, which I told you, you are welcome to come with me. You are welcome to come with me. But if you had the kind of beneficence that I'm suspecting whales have, and that those aliens that are waiting to rescue us have, if you had that beneficence, even though you don't believe in what I'm saying, you would stop holding me here just because you think I'm crazy in human terms. I mean, what does that mean? There's all these other beings that are more intelligent than us. So what could possibly be such a big deal about being crazy in human terms? That's the question of the day. You told me to come up with a question of the day. And see, I know that you want me to come up with a question for me to ask myself. Well, I am asking myself that. I am asking myself that. But I'm also asking you this one today. Today. Are you at least beneficent enough, open-minded enough, have sufficient generosity of spirit to let me go do what I feel I have to do, even though that's not the thing you're choosing for yourself? Hey, I think it's up to you.
1 million. 1 billion years ago, objects in the universe began flying apart at a faster rate, than before. Scientists theorize this faster and faster expansion rate was due to a mysterious dark force that began noticeably pulling galaxies apparently this dark energy was not present or not functioning. Not functioning during the first 6 billion years of the universe's existence. If dark energy were the size that theorists predict, the universe should have expanded with such an extreme velocity that it would have prevented the very existence of everything we know in our cosmos. Yet here we are. Yet here we are. Yet here we are. Yet here we are.